Motor Trend's Car of the Year award, the automotive industry has always taken it seriously. And 3 of the last 4 years, Ford has taken it home. This is Ford's latest award winner, the Thunderbird SC. It's not only Motor Trend's 1989 Car of the Year, it's further evidence Ford is winning the world over.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are continuing our Cool Fords series. The last time we did a 2003 Mercury Marauder. The Cool Fords is stuff that's a little more obscure, made back in the day by Ford, that was not just your regular ass traffic. It was something kind of cool, like Taurus SHOs, which we'll have that coming up, the Mercury Marauder, and of course the Thunderbird SC. So let's go. Now, the Thunderbird SC was actually a pretty cool car back in the day, and it was easily distinguishable by an added body kit, different wheels, things of that nature. This one here is the anniversary edition, which is even more noticeable, or, you know, it sets itself apart more than just a standard SC. They had the two-tone color. The paint was black, had the blue accent stripe on the back. Rear spoiler was optional. Some got it, some didn't. But you could easily tell these cars from your standard fare SC just by those modifications. Now, the 3.8 was pretty much Ford's go-to engine back in the day. They powered the front-wheel drive Continentals, the Taurus, the Sable, the Windstar, the Thunderbird. I mean, all kinds of applications for this engine. But for the Thunderbird SC, they slapped a Root style Eaton supercharger, and it was intercooled, which makes all the difference when you're talking about the heat soak you get from these little superchargers. Unfortunately, Ford only rated them at 210 horsepower, which, you know, is a little bit lackluster. But just like any supercharged engine or turbo engine, they respond well to mods, whether you pulleyed it down, a little tuning, opened up the intake track via intake or throttle body, headers, exhaust, all of those things this car responded really well to. So it was kind of a good baseline for adding modifications, and for the times it wasn't totally anemic like it seems with today's ultra fast sports cars. Interior wise, the anniversary cars were quite a bit different as well. Mostly from the interior. They had the two-tone, the black and the gray. This is kind of an Alcantara. This stuff is old and tired, so it doesn't really have that anymore. But the perforated leather in the middle had the piping here that matched the accent stripe on the exterior of the car. And the cool thing is, not only did it match the accent stripe on here, but that was also made into the emblems on the wheels, and of course the side of the car. So it all kind of tied that black, blue, and kind of silver together, which made for pretty cool look. Now the seats in the SC alone are something to talk about. As you can see right here, you've got adjustable bolsters, which actually did work really well. Surprisingly, these still work. And then you had your lumbar support. And then of course you had every power option known to man on these seats. Up, down, front, back, side to side. No, it's not hydraulics, but you get the idea. Super cool seats. Truly, I think a seat this good should have been in the Mustang as well, but hey. All right, so the instrument cluster is also super cool. You've got your vacuum and boost gauge, which is always a fun thing to watch. And then you've got all your temperature, fuel, oil, all that. Obviously, you got a tack. But this car actually had the climate control, which is super cool. That was a big deal back in those days. Had your power antenna. And then you also had your fuel level indicators here. You had an oil change light. I mean, we're talking 1989. This stuff was high tech. Now on the console here, you had your ride control. So you had firm and auto, which is kind of cool. And then you had your fog lamp switches here, e-brake, shifter. And just like the Mustang, an ashtray, and just like the Mustang, it's broke. Other cool Ford stuff, had the JBL audio system, which a lot of the Taurus SHOs and Lincolns and all that got those back in the day. And power moonroof, which is super cool. I'm pretty sure it works, but I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't want to get it stuck. But very cool overall interior, especially for the period. What's it like to drive the Thunderbird SC? Let's try it out. I would do some hard acceleration for you guys, but unfortunately, there isn't much of that. Max boost I've seen is like 8 pounds, and you can't really tell it, but that's it. What I will say, while it's not fast, while it's not going to break your neck, the car is extremely comfortable. The seats are good. The suspension is great. You don't get a lot of the creaks and the rattles and stuff if you do, you know, the Fox body Mustangs of this era. So it's super comfortable drive. This is something you'd want to take on a long trip. And it's old, and it's cool. Everybody checks it out when you go get gas. As far as the ride control, I can't tell much of a difference, even on these backcountry roads. Maybe slightly firmer, but not a lot. The seat bolstering's fantastic. Like, you adjust it to fit you, and it's epic. I mean, it plants you in your seat where you want to be. The independent rear suspension is nice, very nice. Handles really good, and hard to upset the rear end. Break your neck? No, but it is a fun, enjoyable car to drive. It will take mods really well, being that it's already supercharged, and in this day and age, this is something that you could swap, whether you know you do a V8, just up to you. But it's a really cool car. It's a really good driving car, and hey, add a little extra power in the mix, you got a recipe for success. All right, guys, so final thoughts on the Thunderbird SC. It's a super cool car. I mean, it's 34 or 35 years old now, so it's definitely a classic. There's not many of them left on the road, like a comparable Mustang. They just didn't have a big aftermarket following. They didn't have a big enthusiast following. So unfortunately, you don't see a lot of them, which if you do have a nice example, you're definitely gonna stand out in a show. And like I said, they're fun. They got a lot of cool stuff like JBL sound system, ride control, factory supercharged. Definitely a cool Ford. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly did. Fun to get this car out and just experience it. I've never been able to really spend a lot of time with a Thunderbird SC. So it was a lot of fun. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Drop me a comment below other cool Fords you'd like to see. I've got a few in mind, but haven't got anything concrete lined up. So feel free to email me. If you're local to West Tennessee, love to put it on the channel and keep these up, because a lot of these cars get forgotten, don't get any love. So I think it's my job to make it happen. So if you did enjoy this one, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one.